I'm a councillor from the Albany ward, but like my fellow councillors, I take an interest in all of Auckland, and I'm really pleased to be here. My fellow councillor John Watson would have been here other than he had an engagement. Very supportive of local communities. I need to speak up? Okay, I'll speak up. So I'm Wayne Walker, I'm an Albany councillor. I'd like to give apologies for my fellow councillor John Watson who can't be here. I'm here because I support local communities, I support local democracy, and I'm interested in outcomes that are for the best interest, long-term interest of communities. Let me start off with this document, this consultation document, and I just want to state that I am shocked at this document. As far as I know, it had no oversight on Council's part. If it did, I'm not aware of it. I think the options that are presented are biased, very limited, and if anything, threatening in terms of option 4. Now that's my personal view, but I venture to say that if this went to a consumer behaviour expert, marketing expert at Auckland University, they'd say the same thing. And I would challenge Council to actually put this up to some objective external review and see how it measures up, because my understanding is you don't do surveys like this. That's point one. The other thing that concerns me is the what. What is before you? And really speaking, we don't know a lot. I'm a councillor, and I don't know a lot. I certainly know about the 9-storey buildings. They could be more than 9 stories, because we know that when development starts and the council has effectively lost control, it's given over to Panuku, there'll be deals cut. And you can have more than 9 stories. In fact, that is the reality of what happens with many developments. And we know that right now, the development market is in dire straits, and may be for a little while to come. So there will be deals cut. We also know that public space is really important. But what we don't know is how much public space we could and should have. I would suggest that the area that we're talking about in Takapuna is the local equivalent of, let's say, the Aotea Centre in town. And what is that space used for? I can tell you, not long ago, it was used for an ice skating rink, it's used for small concerts, it's used for dance venues, it's used for any kind of pop-up venues. Obviously, it's surrounded by the Aotea Centre, the Town Hall and so on, but Anzac Square is Takapuna's equivalent of that. There are other questions that I don't understand around the what, because you're effectively being told that if you don't go for this deal, and it is a deal, but we don't know enough about it, if you don't go for that, that's it. There's not going to be money. But we know that there is money. We know that the council has an ongoing flow of contributions. That all of those apartments that, was it Mike mentioned, was it 4,700? Yeah. They're all going to be making a contribution. And part of that contribution is going to be going to open space. So, where's the economics around that? Where's the budgeting around that? I haven't seen it. Panuku, the council, any part of the council has not brought that to us. What is the impact on the shopkeepers who need people to come and shop, and whether we like it or not, a lot of those people are coming by car? Where are the behavioural studies that I think Mike was alluding to? Short answer, they don't exist. Those studies have not been done. The studies around open space that I mentioned before, they have not been done. The studies around transport that other speakers have mentioned have not been done. We might not have so many cars, we might have many more buses, we might have autonomous vehicles, we might have a huge number more bikes and e-bikes. I've been to other cities in squares where there is provision for literally hundreds of bikes. Where's the space for those bikes? Where's the planning for any of these considerations? It doesn't exist, or if it does exist, I haven't seen it, and I would suggest other councillors haven't seen it, and I don't think the local board has seen it, but most importantly, you haven't seen it. And this is your community. The question I ask, and I'm asking this question of Panuku and also the councillors and the mayor, is what does a community have to do? What do you have to do to get the council to listen? And this is a question that I'm confronting myself and other councillors and local boards are confronting across a number of issues. There's the freehold of marina land that's being possibly sold off by Panuku. There are other communities down in Takapuna that have similar problems with their squares. There are civic spaces that are being sold off with little or no public engagement. That is the blunt reality of what is happening across Auckland, and you only have to read the newspapers to understand it. And I come back to the question, what does the community have to do? Well, I can tell you what some communities and people are doing. They're engaging legal help to fight these processes. They're getting meetings together, like yours. And I think we're going to see a lot of meetings like this. But I come back to the question to the mayor and the councillors, what does the community have to do? And my parting comment to you is get a lot more people involved. Because whether you like it or not, you're probably going to have more people than this for the council to listen. And why is that? Because regretfully, around the council table, we rely on information. Often the decisions are made behind closed doors. There are a lot of councillors that aren't from the North Shore, they're from elsewhere, yet they'll be making the decision. So you need the numbers, and you need to get those numbers to as many councillors as possible.